And you plug the mic in? Hey folks, WooFDriver. How are you? Sorry about that. We went a little dark there because we were in the dark for quite a few hours. We've actually been on the Ghost Town Trail, and we're finishing up what's turning out to be about a 15-mile run. We did do our paranormal ghost hunting, and we went to the furnace where we did not detect any paranormal activity. So we were on the search for another spot. And this is called the Ghost Town Trail because many parts of it were deserted towns, and now everything's grown over. And from what we see, it's hard to find remnants of the towns that were here. And we were able to find either a wall of a house or retaining wall or something, some man-made structure, where right as daybreak was happening, right before it, we were able to get a view of or communicate actually with some paranormal people, for lack of a better term, spirits, whatever, and it was pretty cool. So I got video of that. I got great video of us also in the furnace, where a lot of people claim a lot of paranormal activity happens, but we didn't catch any. So that'll be a real treat. I hope to have that stuff posted today. We had a great run. The weather's absolutely fantastic for the dogs and for us, by that, for all intents and purposes. Actually, a little chilly for us, but that's good. A lot of people, I know I say this a lot, but it's really important to me because a lot of people say, hey, don't run the dogs when it's warm out. Well, listen, anything above negative 20 degrees is warm to this breed of dog, being a husky, a northern breed. But, of course, in the warmer months, they do shed their undercoat, and they can tolerate more temperatures. That doesn't mean, take them out and work them in the heat of the day, but you can approach exercise smartly and give them the ability to at least get some exercise in. It'll keep them mobile, especially an older dog like Princess, who's a senior. She's 12 and a half years old. Good boy, Zorro. And she's got arthritis. All dogs get arthritis. Most dogs do as they get older. But, whoops, bathroom break for Princess as we're speaking. Good girl. Okay, come on, guys. So, for her, if she's too sedentary, if she's not doing much, actually, her arthritis will kick in and cause health-related issues such as stiffness and limited mobility. So, if I can keep her going and doing these kind of runs, and these are, for the most part, really walks to trots. But today, actually, the dogs were kicking it up some because of the cooler temperatures. So, but as long as she can do that, she stays healthy. And the younger dogs, the other dogs I have, are 6 years old, and the other huskies, that is. And they appreciate all the exercise. Their whole life we've been doing these activities, and they've agreed with them thoroughly. And again, even through the warmer times. And I'm very cautious. You can read on my websites. I've designed misting systems, and I've used military-style cooling vests and all kinds of equipment. Oh, yeah. Should we look at it? Yeah. Oh, let's take the people up there. Okay. Do you want to lean forward? Okay. And we can unplug it, and I'll carry it. So you can leave that back here. Hey, folks. So as we were going, and I'll give you a view here. This is, hey, Rec, can you stay with that? We're going to explore this foundation. So I'm going to change topics here real quick because as I was talking about the ghost town, we found we have a ghost hunter with us, expert paranormal, ghost explorer, hunter, etc. His name is Curtis Wimer, and Curtis has got all the equipment. Rhett, as you see, is going to stay with the dogs. We're going to do our exploration, and Curtis has all the equipment for ghost hunting and all the expertise. So he's teaching us about it and exploring and all that good stuff. And my team today, Doug's with us, and Doug's doing all the photo shooting. He's a professional photographer, and we're using some IR equipment. Wow, this is cool. Huh. Pretty interesting, to say the least. What's that? What is that? Yeah.
Texture.
Is that part of a wall, or? Wow, that is really wild. Is that tile?
Yeah.
It's tile? I mean...
Terracotta.
Terracotta? I mean... Look at that texture, folks. This is really pretty interesting. So, I know some people have asked us about, because we're always adventuring to all these trails that are really historic and date back even before the Civil War, what kind of ruins we run into. And what you're seeing here is a prime example. This is really interesting. Get out of your way, Doug. And well, actually, this is a good time to do, I guess, a morning ghost hunt, a daytime ghost hunt. If you're watching me, you know what time it is. For those of you that don't, it's probably about 6:30 for people that are watching the rebroadcast of this on our alldognetwork.com channel. And what he's laying out, is that the
that's a REM pod, which is a magnetic field detector.
The REM pod that he just put down, that you saw all the different colored lights, is a magnetic field detector. And what it is, can you explain it, Curtis?
Well, even a living person has a magnetic field. Everything has some sort of magnetic field around it, including spirits. So, like, literally, I don't even have to touch this to light it up. It senses the energy coming off of me. So it'll also sense the energy coming off of a spirit. You know, like I said, you don't even necessarily have to touch it. You just have to get close to it. So,
Gotcha.
So it picks up energy, basically.
Okay, great. So we put that down, and we've actually had that light up for us on a few of our ghost hunts already. It's been very interesting.
The other thing I'm going to put is this SB7 spirit box, which is a white noise generator. And if there's any spirits here and they talk to us, we'll be able to hear their voices on this also.
Okay. So what this does is kind of scans the airwaves for voices, and you'll hear it. It sounds real staticky and real crude, but it's scanning the waves. And then if you hear voices, I've heard them. I know it. So you can hear it, and Curtis will start talking to ask some questions. You can see the wolf back, by the way, folks.
Hi, I'm Curtis, and this is William, and this is Doug. Are there any spirits here who'd like to talk to us today, who'd like to communicate with us? Can you tell us your name? If you talk, we'll be able to hear you through this device over here, through this noise that's being generated. You can also walk over and touch this lamp and light it up, and that'll show us that you're here. If there's any spirits here with us, could you light that lamp up, please, that red drum? All you have to do is walk over and touch it. Well, you don't even really have to touch it. Just get close to it and it'll light up. Is anybody here that would like to say anything to us? Anybody here got any messages for the family, for loved ones? If there's any spirits here with us, please go over and touch that red drum and light that up for us so we know that you're here. Can you say anything? Or try harder. I think we heard that box break there. Can you try harder? We can't hear you. What was this place? Really interesting block work here. I've never quite seen anything like this before. Was this a house? Was it something to do with the railroad? Don't have anything to say? Can you do something to show us that you're here? If there is any spirits there?
You're not getting anything. There, folks.
This does happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually have to worry if you did get something every place.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, thank you for showing us your wall. Even though you didn't want to talk to us. I'm going to pick my stuff up, all right? Last chance. Anything to say? All right. Thank you.
Okay, folks, so what just happened, we set up some paranormal detection equipment, and we got nothing. And that just shows you the authenticity of what we do. We got nothing as well at the furnace we were at this evening, where I could not live broadcast because I had no signal. But at the place we went right at daybreak, we got some good hits, and I have that recorded as well because I had no signal there. So we're gonna walk out of here, but I'm gonna give you another view because this is pretty interesting. Any idea when this dates back to, Curtis?
The bottom stonework looks like something from probably the early 1800s, but this terracotta tile, I'd say is probably I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Looks like something was built on top of an older structure.
Do you think this was a house or a commercial, like a train depot?
I don't know. It's really interesting. I can't figure out these pilings here. And what's interesting to me is that it's stone on the bottom, and then when you go up to the top again, then it's stone again up there.
Did you feel that? I mean, I could barely move it. Beautiful, isn't it?
Lord, it's heavy. Yeah, it's very heavy. I've never seen anything like that.
Truly incredible.
I would say probably something to do with the railroad, maybe.
Yeah, we weren't getting any hits from any paranormal existence or life or activity. So we're walking out of here, folks. This was pretty buried in the woods, as you see, along this ghost town trail. And as you can see, this is a great hobby, a great adventure, and it gives the dogs additional time to rest. They're a little concerned because I'm not with them. And there's the Jagster. Hello, Mr. Jagster. Here's Miss Princess. Hi, girl. Yeah. And here's the Chase man. I see you under his harness. Chase, you wanted to show everybody you undid your harness. And here comes the Z. Yeah, he got it. Here comes the Z-Man. What's up, Zorro? You're a good boy. And that's Rhett. Cool. And I'm going to give the camera back to Curtis. And Curtis is, you can plug the microphone back in if you don't mind. Okay. And the lights.
Yes.
Cool. So, it's a little detour there, but really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a treat for us too. We really enjoy all of the adventures we get to have. And I That's why Curtis and Doug are here, to photograph, to document, and to Curtis is teaching us and providing the excitement of the ghost hunting. You guys ready? Cool. Here we go. So, folks, we've got, according to our calculations, about a half a mile. And by the way, if you look to the left, I don't know if you can give them a view, Curtis. They can see that the river's got a lot of. Is it the what makes it red? Red? The iron ore. Yeah, the iron. The iron is making it pretty orangey looking. Actually, it was orangier looking back there, but it looks a little more muddy here. And I remember that we were here once before, and it just always has that color to it. I guess the soil has a lot of the iron in it, and kind of gets that eerie looking color again, adding to the ghost town trail. And pretty cool stuff. So we got about another half mile of about a 15-mile journey we've been on. And it's been a great ride, as I said. What I was alluding to before is how you can, just because it's warm outside doesn't mean the dogs can't get outside. Of course, you want to do it. Oh, he got his harness off. Oh, guys. Oh, he got his harness off again. He must not have clipped it on, Rhett.
No, I did.
You did? Okay. Some dogs it's on. Good boy. Come on, Chase. Some dogs will, sled dogs, they just chew their harnesses. So, and Chase is one of those. Now, he doesn't really chew it to destroy it. He just chews it like a pacifier. And he's gotten a master at unbuttoning them or unclicking them, unhooking them. So, not that he does anything with it. He just still runs with it half on him. And I just have to re-click it back on. That's Chase for you. So, what I was getting at was it's good whenever we can get our dogs out, but we're on a pretty active schedule, and because of that active schedule, when warmer weather comes around, they still have the desire to get out there, but of course their capacity is a lot more limited because they're breathing harder, they're panting harder, because that is pretty much their only way to cool down. They don't sweat, or at least the dogs that do sweat, it's negligible. It doesn't really cool them at all. So we have to find other ways to cool them if we want to take them out in the warmer times, and smarter times to run them, such as we're out here in the heart of the night. Now is the morning, it's still cool. Also going to locations that even in the summer can stay on the cooler side, such as we're in a relatively a mountainous area, and we're along the river, which is also, the water keeps the temperature a little lower than surrounding areas, so that helps as well. But I've gone to the extent of developing misting systems using military-style cooling vests that they're not really ice packs, they're actually a gel that I believe is something like 50 degrees, because they found that the temperature it remains at for an extended period of time. Thank you. G over, giving the dog some commands because I got a biker. G over, and they all understand the commands. Plus the good boy, the steering of the bike helps. Good boy. He's gonna go to the bathroom when the bike rider passes, so we're gonna pull over first. There you go. Good on gas mileage. Have a great day. Come on, guys. Come on, Princess. Hike. So, and we could have stayed moving, but Chase decided he was going to, when the dogs get over to the grass, they say, oh, new area to mark. So he decided he was going to pee, and so I figured I'd just stop and let the guy go. But, so there's a myriad of ways that you can not so much work the dogs, but get them exercise. In the winter, I would call it working them, because their level of engagement is a lot higher, because their energy is not, the majority of their energy is not spent in the winter like it is summer, or cooling them. So you might have heard Rhett, he's on our walkie-talkies we're communicating with Chris. And Chris is our, we have 2 guys today that are our support vehicles. And what they do is we get on the trail at one end. And so it's not monotonous for the dogs. We don't have to circle back. We don't go, if we're going to do 20 miles, we don't go up 10 and then come back 10. We go straight out 20 miles because Chris will meet us out there. Now, we had other people join us tonight, as you saw, Curtis and Doug, and they drove here. And Chris and Sean, who's with Chris, they'll move all the cars. So they'll be at the other end of the trail where we want to meet. It just makes it more enjoyable, more adventurous, and more exciting. As for the dogs as well, because you got to remember, the dogs have scented an area. They smell their own scent. So if they go up 10 miles and back 10 miles, they say, oh, we've been here before. There was nothing there then, and it's just not as engaging as discovering new scents and smells and appealing to their senses with new parts of the trail by going only one way and not looping back. So we're getting to a fence here today, or a gate. A lot of the gates have been open. Kind of hoping this one is. This is probably the last one because we're probably within the next few blocks we should run into Crispy. So I'll show you how Rhett gets out and checks the gates. By the way, folks, if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead. Who? You want to check it, Rhett? It doesn't look like it's got any lock on it. I don't know. If you have any questions or comments, by all means, please go ahead and leave them in the Facebook comment section. Right now, we can't get to them because our connection's not great to begin with, and it doesn't let the comments always come over under those circumstances. So, depending on the size of the gate and the situation, this one happens to be open so we can go right through, but sometimes we'll have to unhook the dogs and then hook them back when we get on the other side. That's why I wear the vest. Okay, guys, hike. The vest, as I say, is my signature look because, but it's actually very functional. Okay, Zara's going to water the pole. Princess says, nah, I've done enough watering today. The reason I wear this vest is, of course, to make myself visible. So other trail users, or if there's hunters, which there shouldn't be in the area, and certainly not this time of year, but I'm just visible to everybody. As well as it's very functional because it's got a built-in people harness. And what that means is I've got leg straps, and it kind of engulfs my body so I can hook the dogs to it on a second's notice, and they can't pull it apart. Actually, my body weight becomes resistance to them, so I can better have a handle on them in case we need to unhook from the bike for a short period of time because a situation could arise, and that's happened before. So we are coming upon the truck, and our journey is almost complete for the day, for the week. Well, they'll rest now, the dogs, for the couple days for the weekend. We've gotten in about let me see, this is about 15 miles plus. We did about 5 yesterday. We've had a good week of working out. Come on, guys, hike. Hike. Good boys. Easy. Ooh. Okay. Oh, Curtis, you want to get out first, bud? You want to keep the filming? The stream going. Dude, we made it to 3 different ghost places. Nothing at the furnace.
Dude, I got something there.
You got something at the furnace? Dude, we didn't get nothing. Did you film it?
No, man, I just stopped there real quick because I thought I was going to miss you guys. Because I saw you coming up on the road, and I thought it was this road, not that other.
So, now Crispy said he got something, but he's got no proof, so. We're just giving him a tough time. Hey, Rhett, we just gave him water. You gave him water at the last time. Just water the truck. What's that? Tastes good to me, buddy. So you're getting a little bit behind the scenes look. Curtis, you cool filming us for a little bit? And of how we wrap the show up for the day. These are epic runs. They're big runs. They take a lot of manpower. They take a lot of manpower and a lot of logistics, coordinating everybody together, laying out a trail this is like 200 miles from home. And by the way, this wasn't on the tape last night on the live feed because we didn't have the cameras rolling, but we ran into the police again. Someone had called the police because where we got on to the trail was somewhat residential. And people were worried that we were up to some nefarious activities maybe or whatever. But the police came and saw what we were doing and we're fine with it. So what we're going to do now is Rhett's going to access the truck. Hey, Chris, when you can, drop those windows, please. Rhett's going to access the truck and put water in all the dogs. We have water bowls for all the dogs as we travel because we'll be in the truck for 4 hours plus. And I'll load the dogs up into the truck once the water's in there, and then I'll put all the equipment away with all the guys, and we'll get ourselves situated and get ready for the ride home. We'll keep the stream here going for a little bit just to show you a little bit about it and what happens. It's a cool morning, so we don't need the air conditioner on. Just drop the windows in the truck and we're good to go. Now, this is a good time for questions and comments and anything you may have. On our way home, I can really address them, so I might not get to them this second. By the way, I did want to tell you, today on the WooFDriver channel, you might have noticed we're having a lot of live feeds. So this is like becoming a TV station all about dogs, and it's without commercials, and it's without bias. We're not endorsing or representing any products. We're simply here to tell you all about dogs, and we offer training. There's 2 dog trainers that have different ways of doing things that you can learn from, as well as myself. I'm out in the field doing what I do with the dogs, so I help train as well. We have an animal communicator, so it's a woman, her name's Barbara Kurtman, who talks to the dogs and talks to animals, and it's called Animal Secrets, her program. Very interesting, and please, next time she's on, I would encourage you to have a look. And again, these programs are all interactive, so you can get on there and ask questions, comments, say you like something while it's happening with a thumbs up, or maybe if you're sad about something, you can express that, all through Facebook, of course. Additionally, we have Britt Savage, and Britt's a very talented woman and animal lover as well. And she had her chickens on the show. She has chickens as pets. She had them on the show, I think it was last week. So she does the WooFDriver News twice a week. She'll be on today at, I believe, 7 o'clock. And there's a myriad of shows. So I would encourage you to go and check out the schedule on alldognetwork.com. And we're starting a new program this week, which is dog yoga. And it's actually, we have Susie is on there. And you can read her bio and everybody's bio on alldognetwork.com. But there's so many shows I can't even name them all. And if you miss any shows, you can catch up on All Dog Network. And the shows there are going to be cataloged through what was talked about on each show, and you'll be able to access that as well. That's coming soon. Can you see any comments, or it's not showing? It's not showing us. It said we had them. Yeah. Oh, great. So I think we're going to wrap it up, folks, so we can do our stuff and get ready to roll out. But I hope to touch base with you soon. If you have any comments even after this broadcast, or if you're watching the rerun of this broadcast, please go ahead and put them in the comment section. If you're on the All Dog Network, there's an area for you to put them in there too. I look forward to seeing you on an adventure real soon. Keep it tuned to the WooFDriver Facebook page. If you haven't already, please like it and subscribe to our live subscriptions. I'm WooFDriver once again, and we are on the Ghost Town Trail early Saturday morning. We've ridden for about 6 hours all through the night, and please check out our videos from that adventure and photos that will be posted soon. Have a great day, everybody.